Hi, it's Jenny with Jenny's Wreath Boutique, and in this video, I'm going to share with you how to make a beautiful spring wreath with lavenders and purples. So many gorgeous florals. Look at that color combination. Pastels are very popular this year, so we're going to be using the light purple, lavender, and then some darker purple for some contrast. I'm using a 14-inch grapevine, my favorite hot glue, and a hot glue gun, and my favorite wire cutters. My grapevine is already cleaned up and ready to go. Let me show you what we're using first. I have 7 stems of Dusty Miller picks. Aren't they beautiful? I love that cool soft green texture. You could use any kind of silver greenery, lamb's ear. There's Dusty Miller at lots of places. I do offer these in my shop while supplies last. I just love them. I got them this year. So pretty. Then we have 3 of these purple alium stems. Each one has 3 flower heads, and I love that these are just covered in little blooms. They add so much texture. I absolutely love this color. A couple of these things that I'm going to be showing you were in my spring Michaels walkthrough, where I walked through Michaels and showed you some of my favorite things for spring this year. These are one of my absolute favorite things for spring this year. So I have 3 of them. This is going to be a very floral heavy wreath. The next florals we're going to use are these pink wisteria stems. They look like sweet peas to me. I keep calling them sweet peas, which are a very popular flower this spring, whatever you want to call them. They're labeled as wisteria, but they're a soft pinkish purple delicate flower. I just love them. Aren't they just absolutely beautiful? I have 4 stems of these. I will link everything I'm using. If it's not from Michaels, I have it available in my Etsy shop. But these 2 items are from Michaels. Gorgeous, right? This next flower is a lavender scabiosa, and they just pair perfectly with the alliums. That color just goes with it so well, but a totally different flower texture. And I love these because you have a full flower, medium flower, and a bud. Perfect. So I have 3 of these. These are also available in my Etsy shop. Next, we have 3 violet anemones. I love this purple color because it has some pink undertones and some purple, and those dark middles are just beautiful. These are going to provide a gorgeous contrast with all our lighter purples. Our last floral stem are these violet pom-poms. Aren't they gorgeous? They're wild pom-pom sprays, and I just think they have such a fun, whimsical texture. Again, another pop of that beautiful contrast. Here is everything together. I love it. You could just keep it with these lighter colors, but I like to keep it interesting, adding a darker color too. We're going to start with our Dusty Miller, and I'm going to keep them together. I'm just going to cut the stems a little bit shorter. So each stem has a longer piece and a shorter piece. You can cut them up if you want more control, but today I'm going to keep them together. I'm just going to glue the stem and place it along the grain of the grapevine. And then for the next piece, I'm going to rotate it. See how the longer one was in the middle, the shorter one was on the outside? I'm just going to rotate it, make the longer one on the outside, like so. And then I'm going to continue on until all of our greenery picks are in. I'm actually using 8 of these, not 7. Since this is our only greenery that we're using for this wreath, I think having 8 is good, and these are not expensive. Okay, so here we have our greenery. Wow. Now we're going to add our alliums. So we have 9 flower stems. We want to make sure they're spread out equally. So I'm just going to be placing them on the inside and outside of the wreath, so we get lots of coverage. Here it is with our first floral in there. Trust the process. Now these are going to fill in a lot. So we're going to add our wisteria. Each one of these has 3 flower stalks, if you want to call them that. I love the little curlicues. Aren't they gorgeous? I'm going to do them one at a time. This is going to provide a lot of coverage. Now I don't want them to stick out too wildly because then we'll need more flowers to fill in, and I don't want to do that. So normally, or oftentimes when I'm making a grapevine wreath, I'll let these flowers stick out way further than the grapevine. But for this one, I still want it to stay kind of close. I don't want it to go out further than the Dusty Miller pieces. All right, now we have the sweet peas in. Doesn't it just add such a beautiful, whimsical touch? Ah, I love them. Oh, they're so pretty. And they filled in a lot. Next, we have our lavender scabiosas. And these are really long stems. They're great for vases and everything, or tall arrangements. But for this, I am going to be cutting the stems down quite a bit. We don't need all that length, but you can save these extra pieces if you want to use as stems for extra things. They are a little bit thicker, but I like to save stems. I kind of like how they face forward too, because you place it along the grain of the grapevine and it's already facing up. So convenient. You can also save these leaves if you want. I'm not going to keep them in this because I'm mostly using the cooler greenery, but you can save them for another project, or you can use them in this. Saving leaves like this can be great for maybe you finished your wreath, you're all out of the flowers you needed, but you can still see some of the grapevine. You just add a little stem, or you can just glue it right there and you tuck it in, and it provides beautiful coverage for your grapevine without having to buy anything else. Since each of the flowers from the scabiosa stems are a different size, I have 3 of each size, so I'm going to place one size at a time. I think the middle of these also go really well with the texture and sort of the color of the Dusty Miller. So pretty. Now we're going on to the smaller size, and then we'll do the bud. And you really want to find places evenly throughout the wreath, but find places that need some coverage. Since this is mostly flowers. Now we're going to add in our buds. They are just so beautiful. Buds always add the most beautiful interest. I love it. All right, here it is with all of our lighter colored flowers. Now, if you like this softer color palette and don't want more contrast, that is great. You can totally leave it like this. I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous as it is. I would probably get a little bit more of each thing just to fill it out more, but this looks so beautiful as it is. I'm going to add some contrast with the darker flowers now, these violet anemones first. Again, 3 different size flowers. You can also add these little buds. I don't know if I will or not. I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the scabiosa. I'm going to start with the largest flower first, and then move to the medium flower, and then the smallest. And I have 3 of each size. And these are going to fill in the gaps just like before. And it may look like it's really compact on camera, but it's nice and airy in person. These are not overstuffed at all. And that's good because it keeps our costs down, not overstuffing it. And it just gives every bloom a chance to shine. Okay, because these blooms really do stand out, these do need to be pretty even. And then I'll space out the color a little more with the other sizes. Looking good. Now we're adding our smallest flowers. We're going to make those go out of our little circle a little more. Okay, now we have all of those in. I love the contrast. Let me know what you think about the contrast. Now, just to really bring home all of that purple, we're going to add little dots. These are our pom-poms, wild pom-poms, which is such a cute name. And we're just going to add these throughout the wreath. It's just going to add a fun, whimsical touch. I'm gonna see how 2 looks. I'll make 2 go all the way around the wreath, and then we'll see if I want to fill it in more. So I decided I am going to use the 3rd one. Oh, I love it. This wreath makes me want to have a tea party for my daughter and her friends. And they're so cute. I just love the flowers here. They're so delicate and dainty. I think it'd be perfect if you're doing a fun little tea party. It'd be fun decor for it. All right, I just have one stem left. I'm just trying to decide where I should put it because everything looks pretty good and balanced, but I don't want to have a stray stem, so I'm just going to place it over here. All right, here is the wreath. I love it. Let me know what you think. Looks so good. There's the side, the back. Oh my gosh. It's so pretty. Let me know what you think of this wreath. Oh, I'm going to have all the materials linked in the description. Some are from Michael's, some are from my shop. All right, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this. Hit that thumbs up button if you did. Share this video with a friend who also loves flowers, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss when I post new videos. All right, I will see you in the next video. Bye.